All right, got a quick dot review for you. This one had me interested because it's really inexpensive. This is the Cylee Cat. I don't know if it's Cat Zero or Cat O. I don't know, but I bought it on Amazon. It said Cat Zero on Amazon, so that's what I'm going. That's what I'm going with. This is an RMSC footprint dot. So let's get right into the pros and cons. The pros: this is probably the clearest dot that like I have used or tried, probably just in general, even over some of the bigger ones. Like I've never been diagnosed with astigmatism or something. I've had the laser eye surgery. So like I said, I've never been diagnosed with astigmatism, but like almost every dot will starburst for me, especially like, and it probably happens for a lot of people. Like if you turn it up really high, I get a little starburst. This thing, man, like it doesn't happen for me. So that's super awesome. I really like that about it. And for that indicates to me, I don't know if it's true, but it indicates to me that's probably because this is a pretty decent or a high quality emitter. So can't say enough about that. It's got pretty sturdy construction. So I kind of compare most of the dots on this footprint, the RMSC footprint, to the first one that I ever had, which was the Sig Romeo Zero. And man, that put a bad taste in my mouth for small dots to begin with. The RMSC, the Sig Romeo Zero is just flimsy, and the dot is, even when I turn it up bright, which is difficult to turn it up, it's just not. It's not the same. It starbursts pretty bad, but even when it's bright, it's kind of dim. It's not a good dot at all. And then on top of that, like I was an early adopter of that, so I didn't get the steel shroud until later. So this year or this off season, I've just been kind of looking for RMSC footprint dots to put onto some of my carry guns, and like this has got a nice sturdy aluminum construction. It feels good. I didn't like drop it. I don't really go that far. I know dudes like drop these and see if they'll hold zero and stuff, but didn't go that far. I have seen videos where dudes drop them, but I didn't do that. But it does have a pretty sturdy construction. This is something that like a bunch of dots do, and I'm just not aware of it. But like so I bought it on Amazon, like I said, on the Amazon page or whatever. Like they put this like a whole slide and dot right onto or into like an aquarium, and then they fill it full of water, and they just show you it working fully submersed. And on the box it says fully submersible and all this stuff. So it kind of got me thinking, like, I'm gonna be going to Hawaii soon, and what am I gonna bring with me? And not that I'm like doing like fully submersible missions and stuff like that, but like I live in Seattle, it rains a lot here, and I thought like, I don't intend to go swimming with it, but if this can take that, like, it might be like I'm gonna go kayaking. I want to strap a gun on somewhere and go kayaking. What happens if I get flipped over? Am I going to be out $150 or more if you're going with a different dot? So fully submersible, like they didn't like take it down deep or anything like that. It has some sort of rating on it that I don't understand, like some sort of submersible rating, but I'm not going to look that up. But yeah, I super interested in that, especially for the trip to Hawaii. So super looking forward to that. Sorry, my thing here jumped around. The price, definitely a pro. This, like I said, I got it on Amazon. This was $149, so that's just incredibly cheap. I think that's you get a lot of value for $150. You don't have to remove the sight. The battery cap is like a star bolt kind of thing. So are the mounting bolts. And while we're talking about that, the next pro is the screws, man. Like, so I ordered the mechanic, whatever one. I sent it back. I didn't like it that well. It shot fine, but anyway, watch the video if you want to know what's wrong with that one. But that I had to like source screws because it didn't come with screws. So it came with screws, but they wouldn't work for 365. So this thing this dot came with literally 6 sets of screws, and they're all in individual little baggies, and they're all labeled individually, like what their sizes are, what the differences are between the sets of screws. So like I've had dots come with multiple sets of screws before, but to have them like labeled and tell me like this is what it is, I need that kind of thing, because like I'm the type of dude who's like, hey, will this fit in here? Like, yep, okay, that's the one. So even when I found the right ones to put on, now I have a little bag with a description. So if I'm like, oh, if I strip one or something, I can order the exact same screw. Or there's probably another set in there that works. So I'm not going to send this back. I'm going to keep it. But I might have even kept it just for the, there's 6 different sets of screws in here. So I've got a nice little screw collection going for when and if I lose screws for other things later. So just couldn't beat it. Stickers and patches. So I'm kind of that guy. Like I don't like do a whole bunch with. As you can see, I put the stickers. All the stickers that I got, I put them on that safe over there. Like just, I don't know. Like do stuff like that. Just somewhere to put them. The patches go on the fuzzy inside of that safe, and like I don't know. It's like a nice little. But for $150 to get stickers and patches, like, come on, man. Like all that stuff costs money. This extra screws cost money. So, man, they must be making these for stupid cheap if they're selling them for $150 and including all that extra stuff. So, super impressed with that. Okay. Some of the features of this thing, like I said, it's fully submersible. It's got the shake awake thing. I let it sit for, so it was a little, I didn't know which one was which, because the box says it shake awake after 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, it goes away. The instructions say 4 minutes. I'm like, oh, I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. So I set an alarm and let it sit for 5 minutes, but the dot stayed on. It was still on. But I had it at a pretty high setting. So I don't know if that was the issue. So I pushed it down and took it down a couple of settings and let it sit for another 5 minutes, and it shut off. And I mean, like as soon as I touched it, it came back. So it was like super fast. It wasn't like, I don't think that I could draw faster than that thing woke up. So the shake awake feature seems to be good. The double dot issue that a lot of these things have. So I shot it at a match. I took it to the 2 of the stages had sun like right in your face, and I anticipated having, issues with the emitter. So I taped it for 2 of them. And then the last one, it wasn't as bright. It was like shady. And I don't know if, so I took the tape off of it, and I think that there might have been like some residual like glue or the stuff from the tape on the dot, because like I was getting this like weird prism look to it. And then when I picked it up, you could still see the dot, but it was very obvious that that was the dot that you're supposed to be looking at, but there was other stuff in the window. So I was like, whatever, I'm going to try this with it. And I picked it up. It was a pickup stage, pick up the gun off a barrel, shot everything just fine, and then did a reload. And then I was like, oh man, there's a bunch of prism stuff in here. I don't know. So it took me a second to find it again, but when I found it, it was still hitting. So as I sit here, then I took it into the safe area, and as I sit here, I don't have any issues with that, even with I've got a light here pointed at me, and I can see some like prism stuff in here. So, but the dot itself is very, very like apparent that that's the one. So, let me see what else I got here. Oh, the deck height. So the deck height on this is like just a little bit taller than some of the other ones I have had. I think that it was like, I don't want to put this in as a pro, because like it is higher and it doesn't co-witness with any of with the front sight, which some of the other dots will. It is pretty high, but I feel like that puts the window up a little bit higher, and it makes me feel like the window is a little bit bigger. So I don't know if that, so I like that the deck height is a little higher. If that's an issue for you, there is another Cylee makes another, it's just the cat, not the Cat Zero. As I'm looking at the site now, I see it says Cat Zero on the side, not Kato. But there is just a straight up cat that has a fiber optic rear, like milled into the back of the housing. So, and the deck height is a little lower. So if that's of concern to you, they fixed that already. And that dot is even a little cheaper than this one. So, and it still has the same features. A 3 MOA dot, it's fully submersible, all that. So kind of final thoughts on this thing. Like, yeah, I like it. I'm super, super into that, like, waterproof, fully submersible thing. Like I might take it with me to Hawaii and like you know, most time I like wouldn't go swimming with a gun, but like maybe I'll put it in. I got this waterproof fanny pack. Maybe I'll put it in there and see like, hey, let's get this thing wet and see what it does. So I think that's an interesting idea. So yeah, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to put it on one of the. I don't carry this slide. This is like an extra slide that I have for throwing stuff on and trying. But put it on one of my carry guns, and yeah, I think these are a winner. It might be like the king of cheap optics. I know Holosun's kind of ruled that kingdom for a while, but like these are significantly cheaper, and they are, as far as I'm, so far, like it's a winner. So we'll keep shooting it. We'll keep doing weird stuff to it. Put it in water. Maybe I'll drop it. I don't know. For $150, man, if I drop it and break it, I can just buy another one. So maybe I'll buy the one with the rear sight for $115 or whatever. So anyway, check out the rest of the stages, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one.
Bien,